All right. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are well wherever you are, whatever the time. And we are 4 days out. So we made it to another day. and so this morning, I woke up at 93.7 kilos, which is exactly the same as what my body weight was the day prior. So no change in body weight, which is cool. As I said yesterday, I was being very conservative with the amount of food that I was taking in or carbohydrate. I'd also made the adjustment from what's typical from me on a refeed day where my fats actually came up and my protein came up, and I kept those relatively low. So calories across that day were only about 3,000, I think maybe 3.1K, right? So in terms of an actual spike in energy balance, it wasn't that dramatic. My baseline food is 2,600 on training days. So I think any lower than that, and I probably would have seen not a new low, but probably a reduction in body weight in comparison to the previous day. But honestly, that's a really good place to be, because if I had put in food and gained 1.5 kilos overnight, it's kind of frustrating because it makes it confusing. Is that food volume? Is that I just need to go to the toilet? Have I filled out a bit? Obviously, the photos can help, but I think having that kind of first day where things are just set and solid, cool, I can just build from this now, right? So I think what's also really interesting about that, and it's honestly making me think about my next show on the 6th of September, is I will probably honestly just change my baseline food. So I might go a little bit lighter, a little bit lower than that. So I might just do from 2 weeks out, just put myself on 425, 400 grams of carbs and just sit on that and just slowly let my body weight trickle up. Because obviously, if I stayed on 450 carb, eventually I'll see a slight increase. Eventually, I think so anyway. So in doing that and having 2 weeks to just freshen up and just reverse, it means I just don't need to do a peak week going into my next show. So honestly, really useful. But because I am competing on Sunday, I'm going to be a bit more aggressive with food. So I've added on an extra 125 grams of carbs. So today the macros are 575 grams of carbs. We have 50 grams of fat still, so that hasn't changed. And we have 190 grams of protein. So in order for me to keep that protein low, because in adding carbohydrate sources such as bread, for example, um, or other carbohydrate sources in general, you're going to get those trace protein amounts. So for me to keep that protein where I want it, because I don't want to really eclipse 200 grams of protein, I have reduced the amount of whey protein I'm having with my oats meal. So 15 grams of whey is been removed from that meal. In terms of what I've added to my meals from yesterday, baseline is still exactly the same. It is literally just more rice, a couple slices of bread, and that's about as exciting as it gets. I wish I could add in something like a muffin or something like that, but that's gonna have to wait. Speaking of which, I kind of do want to see how my body responds to food like that. So you'll typically see people taking a muffin, maybe pre-workout or as they're carving up, or they might get like a plain hamburger because of the increase in sodium. And that's not something that I've tested and not something that I felt has been necessary. But I definitely think post-show will be a pretty good opportunity to do so. I'll be on plan for my show. Um, and I think doing that test obviously then could be a good chance to just have a little bit more sodium and see how my body reacts to that. Um, the shitload, as they call it, right? Anyway, so that's the food for today. Steps are going to stay the same at 10,000 steps. That's not going to change. It was a little bit tougher in the evening, but all good. I want to keep that activity at that spot unless I notice that this food's just not doing anything and it's really hard for me to pose, that kind of thing, then I'll drop the steps down a touch. But as I'm not doing any cardio as well, I do want to keep those steps in. I'm not surprised also that I woke up at this body weight, to be honest, because last night, as I said in the video yesterday, I went to bed feeling pretty flat. My vein, like when you're full, right? you can basically, you feel like you're flexing without flexing. Like when before I go to bed, we've got a mirror in the bathroom, right? And as I'm just getting ready for bed, like I can just look at I see like veins on my chest, or I just have an extra roundness, an extra like bubbliness to my physique, and it just wasn't there. Like my body had goosebumps. I was just like, my veins just weren't really there. And this is after eating 450 grams of carbs. So I kind of knew this was coming. I am training today. I'm doing a full body session. Again, as I said yesterday, just so that I'm not having too long of a gap between my show day and training legs. For me, I do want a bit of fullness, a bit of that kind of inflammation through my legs. When I train my legs, I don't end up getting this like puffy feeling where I lose complete detail. If anything, they just end up looking fuller. So, unless I'm in the off season. So I think it's wise to train them a little bit closer to the show for me personally. Now, not everyone's going to do that. Everyone is different. You need to assess what your physique looks like after training sessions, which is another reason why you want to take post-workout shots when you get relatively close to stage condition after different training sessions. Like, what do you look like post-legs? Are your legs basically water balloons? Cool, we know that we're going to need to give things a little bit more time prior to your show. So the main reason for me when it comes to protecting my legs is not due to the aesthetics of my legs. It's more so due to just, okay, can I stay on my legs and posing? Or am I going to be shaking like a leaf? So I need to make sure that that's all good. But obviously today is the last day that I'll be doing it. It's Wednesday. So yeah, all good. And then it's also the first time I'm training legs since I injured my knee. I am going to be avoiding leg extensions just because of the shearing force from leg extensions. I think I'll be doing a leg press. I'll be doing some kind of squat pattern, and I'll be doing adductor, abductor, hamstring curl. Just like one set of each, maybe a couple sets on a leg press, but that'll be me. And if I feel any kind of pain, I mean any, the exercise is not getting done. So yeah, I need to make sure that I'm not limping, because although I know now that, okay, I can recover from that, it takes a few days. I haven't got a few days to not be able to pose or walk properly. So yeah, and then I'll just touch up the upper body. Tomorrow will be a rest day, and then my final training session will be on Friday, which will honestly be a pretty much relatively normal upper body session. Because again, I kind of want that fullness. I want to see how I look with a relatively decent pump. And by then I'll be full. I will be full by then. So I'm pretty certain that my body weight will go up today. If it doesn't, I'll be even more aggressive and go 150. If it's still not going up, I'll be even more aggressive on the Friday. And that kind of puts me in a good position, because I am then just eating into the show. As long as I don't have to cram my face on Sunday, I'm not really bothered about having to eat a lot of food all the way through until Saturday, do you know? But honestly, a pretty good result after the first day of peaking, and exactly where I want to be. The photos this morning, I was very sharp. There's not too much of a visual difference from yesterday. I think maybe I potentially look a little bit fresher, but it's very minimal, right? When I'm not looking at the shots and I'm like, okay, yeah, wow, filler. They're pretty much the same. This morning, I've got to do some check-ins. I've got to check in with Ollie, who is my other prep client, and he's currently it'll be 6.5 weeks out now from the BMBF show. We'll be competing at the same show. He's a junior. Looks fantastic. He looks incredible. I'll put some photos of Ollie up because yeah, he deserves all the praise. And I've got to check in with him. I'm also going to be doing some midweek check-ins with clients. So what that means is I'll essentially go through the client list, go through any things that we discussed in the check-in on the previous week, see how things are going, if they're making steps forward towards changes, and anything that needs changing to their programming I'll make on this day as well. It's almost just like a midweek check-in for people and to make sure that things are moving in the right direction. I think, honestly, if you just communicate with your clients on your check-in days, unless that's kind of how they prefer to work, I don't know, I just don't think it's great coaching. I think communication should be pretty high. Unless athletes find that relatively overwhelming. I think sometimes if I was to get a coach, right, I think I like to tell myself that I don't really care if I don't hear from a coach for a week, but I think I would actually like it. I think a lot of bodybuilders tell themselves, I don't need this, I don't need that. But actually, I think you probably do, and you're maybe just trying to tell yourself that you don't need that extra support or you don't need that communication. So I definitely think that's one thing that's helped me in terms of just retaining more people and just doing my job, actively coaching people, rather than just waiting for the check-in. And yeah, I think having that high level of communication is key. So anyway, yeah, plan of action is I'm going to be training. I'm going to be training with Bryony as well. I'm going to Bryony's gym. I don't need to be at a specific gym for a full body session. So this is almost like a little date day for us, right? My car's going to be going in for a service. So if you find out that there's no more YouTube videos because I've sold my Osmo Pocket, you know why. What else we got to check in the list? I've been putting this list up on Instagram for 185 days now. My God, I got to send out an email. I got to finish editing yesterday's YouTube video. I'm going to start editing today's YouTube video. I got to do my mobility, and I need to sort out my budget. Okay, cool. So not too hectic today. Should be all right. And then yeah, an Instagram post as well, because I want to show off the progress that Ethan has made throughout his off season. I prepped Ethan last year. He came away with 2 first places, I think, and 1 second place medal. Looked amazing. Junior, classic bodybuilder. He'll be moving into just junior bodybuilding. I honestly think he's one of the best natural bodybuilders in Canada. I might be biased, but we've been in a surplus since July last year, and this is the first diet that we're going to be going through since then. And it's basically his pre-prep diet. So it's just to create a really nice start point. And we're going to be starting a little bit closer to stage weight this time, so we don't have to be in as harsh of a deficit. And I think that just lends itself really well to retaining muscle and making your prep less torturous, to be honest. If you only have to lose 10% of your body weight to get in shape, and I mean legit shape, that's really good in terms of performing really well and holding on to all your tissue. So anyway, I'm gonna finish off editing this video, getting back to some clients, and then I'll see you for meal number 1. When I wake up in the morning light and the sun lights my eyes. Good morning, beautiful.
Don't do that.
Meal number 1. I'm gonna join the lady for meal number 1 today. 1. You excited about today?
1. How do you say it in Northern?
1. Oh yeah. Bryony's genuinely picked up a northern accent. It's something that I noticed over the past few days, and she genuinely has a bit of a Mancunian twang to her voice now.
Doesn't work with old people.
She's working with old Mancs, so she's around that lingo all day. I'm obviously just cooped in an office, and she's literally around Mancunians all day, every day for 12 hours. So, yeah. Anyway, meal number 1, 125 grams of ground rice, 30 grams of whey protein, 15 grams of raisins, 20 grams of dark chocolate, 1 bagel thin, 20 grams of jam, decent amount of food. Same meal as yesterday, just more ground rice. So,
And a hungry old man.
and a hungry old black man. Anyway, we're going to get this in. I'll probably get 1 more meal in before we train together. I'm going to be doing SBD today.
That's so funny.
Got to have this, and also, yeah, get the car serviced and then we're going to get the tram to the gym. I'm excited. Actually, it's a good gym. It is a good gym. Very nice community feel in that gym. So, Strength Collective, shout out to them. I know that they're going to be watching this video, so
No, they're not.
see you for meal number 2. All right, we just pulled up to Morrison's pre-workout because we're going to get the new monster, the Lando Monster. If they have it, yeah. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm filming because they might not even have it. Let's have a look.
There.
How much is it?
2 for £3.20. £2.10.
They look pretty good though. Okay.
I think that will go down in price when we're not new anymore.
What are the other ones? £1.60.
£1.65.
Yeah.
£1.55.
Alright. Oh no, that's gonna be incredible.
I feel like that's your flavour.
That's gonna be.
I prefer like lemonade-y types, but let's go.
Cheers. Oh, it tastes like sweets.
Yeah, that's nice. I was worried it was going to be very watermelony because I was worried it was going to taste too much like watermelon because I don't like watermelon flavoured things, but that's actually
banger.
Nice.
All right, so we are at the gym today at the Strength Collective. So not the typical EP jungle. It's actually Bryony's gym that we're going to be training at today. Reason being is because one, I don't need any sort of specific kit to train on. I am just doing a full body session today. I don't have a plan of action. I think I'm just gonna see how it goes. It's gonna start off with legs. I'm gonna start off with legs, see how the knee feels, and then move on to my upper body. So yeah, it's not very busy. Is this very busy for this gym right now? No, it's not very busy. So yeah, be a good session, but no logbook, just training hard, getting a full body pump, and then going home to eat. Right, back from the full body session, which was successful because my knee doesn't feel destroyed, which was the objective. Just get a good pump through the legs. So we're on to meal number 2. Ideally, I would have liked 2 meals beforehand, but it's all good. I had to go get the old car sorted, which is getting sorted now. But you can see here, we've got my rice, 375 grams. In fact, that's a better angle here. Look at that, there we go. 375 grams cooked weight. We have 90 grams of chicken cooked weight, still low protein, and we've got 2 slices of toast. The heels of the loaf, because Bryony doesn't eat the heels, so I thought I'd use them so they don't go to waste. And that's going to be the post-workout meal. 3 grams of salt, 20 grams of sriracha added to that. But yeah, it was honestly a really good session. I started out with my legs. So I done abductor, adductor. No, just abductor. Couldn't do the adductor on that machine. I'm just too tall. I done hamstring curls, leg press, and sissy squats as well, instead of leg extensions. So yeah, that felt all good, and the knee felt okay. So that'll be the last time that I train my legs before my show, and moved on to doing I done some Y raises, I done a chest press, I done a single arm row, and then just some arm work, and that was it. Pretty decent session, not bad at all. I just felt a little bit flat throughout it because I only had 1 meal. But yeah, and then the Lando Norris Monster, fantastic. My type of monster, citrus, sour, tastes like sweets. Really good. Plan of action now is get this down and then get on with some work. The vlog from yesterday is out, so make sure you catch up. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll see you in a little while. Let's watch what? DPD. Meal 3. Meal 3? Yeah, meal 3. 100 grams of oats, 20 grams of honey, 45 grams of whey, 10 grams of jam because I ran out of honey. The honey's done. And 50 grams of grapes because I'm out of blueberries as well. So I don't know how I'm going to eat tomorrow. That's the cinnamon.
We can do the food shop tomorrow if you want. Because... Do you want to put us there?
It's okay. Let everyone know.
Because I have also run out of food. So instead of you buying... Is it on me?
You just do the food shop tomorrow.
Instead of you buying more food tomorrow and spending more money, and I will need to as well, so I've only got 1 meal left. Well, I've got fish, but I can't just eat fish 3 days in a row. So tomorrow.
It's not food shop Friday.
And
It's food shop Thursday.
Sunday, I'm gonna get. So that will be 1 less meal that I need to buy.
Meal?
Meal? Yeah, meal. Oh wow.
I think we're actually getting a little bit fuller.
Yeah, you are.
I can feel it.
Can you feel it coming through your veins?
A little bit. It's getting a little bit better, which is good.
I'm so tempted to do something.
No, you can't do anything to that chocolate.
No, can I do the spread?
No, there's no spread here. I don't want to move
What
that.
do you mean?
That's staying like that. Until I'm going to save that till the end.
Do you not want to spread it?
Nope.
So that it lasts longer?
Nope. What are we watching?
BPD.
Murder. Called DPD. Murder investigation.
What's it on?
BBC iPlayer. DPD driver gets killed.
DPD.
DPD.
Not DBD. Do you know what DBD is?
A DPD driver gets killed, and initially they think it's.
I'm trying to see if I can lift you.
Initially they think it's a robbery, but it's not. He's obviously not. He's involved in some nonsense, and he gets killed with a golf club. Murder 24/7. That's what it's called. It's pretty good.
Go on, put it on.
No chance. Anyway, I'll see you for meal number 4. Hey, cable attachment. What we got? It's time for meal 4. Rice Krispies. Let's get this sorted. The car has been serviced. I had to get a couple new spark plugs and get a new ignition coil. It wasn't too bad. I expected it to cost about 200-ish. Altogether, it came out at like 370 for all of those parts. But oh my god, the car moves so well. I'm gonna get, like I said, I'm gonna get the car remapped. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the car remapped. That's just made me love my car now even more. I didn't realize how unresponsive it was. I've been hesitant to put my foot down in it because I'm like, it's gonna misfire. So we're gonna be speed into the PCA show. That's what we're gonna be doing.
I've been eating this for the last 5 days.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, literally.
I'm driving. I'll be speeding.
Yeah, Bryony's driving me to the show on Sunday so I can put my feet up and be a passenger princess. Yeah. So I got the car sorted, which is good. Of course, it costs money, but it's just less stress in my mind now. And the car, it just feels more reliable. So, yeah. And we're now sharing this car in this household. So, Bryony's car decided to...
I had an EcoBoom. If anyone knows about Ford Focus's EcoBoost, aka EcoBoom,
yeah, she had
understand what I've been through.
She had an EcoBoost Ford, and basically, yeah, it went night. So I need to wash up this bowl actually. But yeah, this is gonna be exactly the same meal as what I had yesterday. So the eggs, the bacon, the bacon medallions, and We've got the Rice Krispies. In fact, once I've made it, I'll give you a bit of an update as to how the physique is feeling, but I definitely notice I'm feeling a little bit fuller.
Alright then.
All right, meal four, same as yesterday, 100 grams of Rice Krispies, told you meal of milk, 2 medallions, 1 whole egg, and some water. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm getting fuller. You know that like bubbly round feeling that you get when the food is going down, which is great. I will, if need be, I might add more food to my last meal. It just depends on what my body weight is before I go to bed. If I notice that my body weight isn't where I want it to be before I go to bed, then I might add a little bit more food. So maybe add a couple of bagels in before I go to bed. Because I know now that my body weight will change by about 2 point, it's usually between 2 kilos and like 2.4, 2.5 kilos overnight. So ideally I want to wake up in the 94s pretty comfortably tomorrow. So if I'm not in the 96s before I go to sleep, I will probably put in a little bit more food and just leave my water alone. And then obviously in the morning, hope to wake up in the 94s. If I do, depending on how deep I am into the 94s, and obviously the look as well, I will probably put in a little bit more food tomorrow than what I am doing today. But we'll see. I know for sure I'll probably wake up heavier tomorrow morning. But yeah, honestly, like so far things are going very, very well. So yeah, anyway, let's have this meal and then one more meal to go, which will be the mince meal. But if anything changes, I'll keep you in the loop. Time for the final meal of the day, which is going to be again mince and rice, but just different quantities. Let me put this here. Had somebody ask me if I'm nervous about competing on Sunday. Not really. No, not really. I think it's not the first time I've competed, and also I know that I've improved. I'm just more so excited and also intrigued to see what I look like with stage lighting and with the tan, and yeah, I'm very intrigued. And obviously it's just a chance to show what you've been working on over a period of time. So yeah, not really nervous. I think also if you're ready, that definitely dampens down your nerves. If you're not ready, if you're extremely uncertain about your condition, if you're uncertain about your level of muscularity, that's going to create more anxiety. It's just that uncertainty, right? But if you get ready, you know that you're ready, then yeah, there's nothing to really be nervous about. Show up and do your best, and then the result is in the judge's hands. Anyway, this is going to be the last meal of the night. If I add any more food prior to going to bed, I'll let you know in the update tomorrow morning. I do want to try and get to bed just over the 96 kilo mark, so we'll see. But I'm going to sign out now because you've already seen this meal before. It's 100 grams, so a little bit more rice, but well, 100 grams uncooked weight, so it's about 300 grams of rice with 90 grams of the mince that I thought was off yesterday, but it actually wasn't. It's all right. So yeah, with the mince, and that's it. Just gonna add a little bit of sriracha, salt, pepper, and that'll be the one. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.